Alright, what's good, people? My name is Alex, and welcome back to Skirt Central. And today we've got a new series for you, and it's called Thanks for asking. I'm currently watching Lovecraft Country, and before I actually get into doing a review, I just want to say I binged watched this TV series in a day, and that is something you will probably hear me say quite a bit. You know what, without further ado, let's get into it. Lovecraft Country is an American horror drama television series developed by Misha Green based on the 2016 novel of the same name by Matt Ruff. Starring Jernee Smollett and Jonathan Majors, it premiered on August 16th, 2020 on HBO. So far HBO has released about 3 episodes, I think, and let me tell you, Jordan Peele, okay, this masterpiece by Jordan Peele and J.J. Abrams is a perfect mix of AVP, Indiana Jones, and American Horror Story. So as you can tell from this weird mix of shows, it's not your typical sci-fi goodness. It's in fact a little heavier, on the heavy side in terms of discussions and what they speak about. Lovecraft Country follows Atticus Freeman as he joins up with his friends Letitia and his uncle George to embark on a road trip across 1950s Jim Crow America in search of his missing father. This begins a struggle to survive and overcome both the racist terrors of white America and the terrifying monsters that could be ripped from a Lovecraft paperback. But yeah, it's a series set in 1950s America, like I said, with a lot of extra twists. We're calling it the Peele's Appeal. Any fan of his work will know what it means, and if you know the origins of Lovecraft, it's especially used to describe fictional creatures with terrifyingly unnatural anatomy, such as misplaced organs and additional limbs. Honestly, what I love about Lovecraft Country is their cast. Jernee Smollett, Birds of Prey, Courtney B. Vance from The O.J. Simpson, Jonathan Majors, the list goes on and on and on. And the way you really buy into characters, the chemistry, and this is what I love about Jordan Peele's shows. This is something he heavily focuses on. I think the characters, oh my god, if you hate them, you really hate them, and if you love them, you're you really love them, and everything. The flow is just immaculate. The chemistry is everything in this show. I think it's one of my favorite parts of the series. I mean, I've never watched any films by Jonathan Majors, but if he has a show coming up, I wouldn't mind watching it, because he pretty fine though. He cute. That's the key thing with Jordan Peele's project, right? Everything comes together. The cinematography, how it's so immersive, you feel you're actually part of it somehow. And the cast, like I said, the chemistry, amazing. The music, everything just gels in so well together. There's a good mix of pop, there's a good mix of jazz, and the sound effects, everything. It's such an immersive experience that I think you should experience. If you want something to binge watch in a day, I think this is a little bit on the heavier side. It's not something you can binge watch lightheartedly, but having said that, I did it and I loved it. I was constantly on the edge of my seat. I can't wait to know what happens next. In terms of storyline, perfect. Chemistry of the cast, perfect. Cinematography, I love it. The music, amazing. So overall, I'm gonna give it a B+. Right, so thank you so much for tuning in, and this is the first time we're actually doing reviews. Of course, the quality is gonna go uphill, and if you currently like what we're doing, do hit the subscribe button, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, and we have just recently set up a Patreon page, so if you want to drop something in the tip jar, it'll be perfect. Until next time, skirt skirt.